Hello, welcome to Should I Buy This Game? Featuring Nimalia. My name is Christine, and in this video I'll give you a brief description on how the game is played and then share a few things I may like or dislike about the game to help you decide if you want to add Nimalia to your collection. Here we have Nimalia, and this is a cute little card laying game that you're working on different objectives to score points. So over here we have our objectives. Here we want to gain the largest savanna, and you get 2 points per square per your largest savanna. In this one, we want 1 penguin per column. If there's 2 penguins, you do not score points, but you get 3 points for each column that only has 1 penguin. This one is we want 2 gorillas to be, or we want a gorilla to be beside water. So both of these gorillas are beside the little lake, whereas this gorilla is not, and he would not score points. And then this is the largest river. So whichever player has the largest river gets 5 points, and the next player gets 2 points. And those are our objectives. Now, what's really interesting is how it's scored. In round 1, these 2 are scored. In round 2, it's these 2. Round 3, it's these 2. But then when we get to round 4, we're scoring 1, 2, 3 objectives. And in round 5, it's 1, 2, 3 objectives. So you can't just be, I don't need to think about penguins anymore, because we're going to clock back to the penguins. So here would be as if 2 rounds have played, because each round you have 3 cards. And you can see I'm starting to build up my little savanna. I've got some gorillas going on and some penguins, and I'm not doing very well with my river. Now you are limited to have 6 squares by 6 squares. So currently we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have room for 1 more square on the edge, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have room for 1 square on the top or bottom. Every time you lay a card, you must overlap a card. I can't just put a card here in the square. And you are able to fully cover. You could put the whole card over an area if you wanted to. Now the game plays with 2 or more people. And what you actually do is each person takes 3 cards. I'll just do 3 over here. And then you look at the cards, and it's like, for the next round, we're going to score rivers and the savanna. So I look here, I have a savanna river I could maybe work on, or I could just work on my savanna. Now, if I put it here though, I'm covering that penguin, that for a later round, I may need the penguin. And so that's sort of where you're coming in, like, what do I want to cover? So it's like, do I cover it? Maybe I'll just cover it. I want to build up my savanna. So then I have these 2 cards, and I'm going to pass them to the next player, and they're going to pass me their cards. So it's sort of like you do a drafting, and you're like, ooh, we've got savanna and rivers. I don't have any gorillas or penguins. Now I could work on my river down here, and I would cover up a gorilla. So maybe, I could just do that. Try and get that river, even though it's hard because I'm now at that dead end, but I'll do the river for now. And then we swap again, and this is the last card I'm left with. Now, let's see here. My river would have to go like that, so it doesn't work because I'd be out of bounds if I want to do the river. So maybe what I'll do is I can put this here so I can still gain points for my gorilla, even though he's surrounded all by lakes. So he'd gain points anyway. It wouldn't really matter. So when we look here on the scoring, the savanna, I actually have 5. So I would get 10 points for my savanna. And then rivers are sort of hard. It's hard to say if I would get, when I played this before with Mark, he never did his rivers. And so I would always get the 5 points and he would get 2. So it depends if you worked with somebody who was really working on the rivers or not. And you would score. And then that's the end of the round. And you do it again. You would move this token. We'd be on round 4 now. And you just keep adding 3 cards and You draft the cards and then score your points for that round and then continue to the next round. So it's a very simple game and a lot of fun to play. Now, there isn't a solo mode to this game. However, I play it solo all the time. I just take my 3 cards and I just play the 3 cards and just score my points as if I was playing with somebody. So you could easily play it solo like that. As I mentioned, I play it all the time. There's a bunch of these cards. So there's more different goals to have. These are just the cards they suggest for starting when you're learning how to play the game. So I can start adding in some of the more difficult challenges in future games. It plays with 1 to 4 people. What I dislike about the game, there's not really much to dislike about it. It is what it is. It's your constraint of the 6x6 square. It's there to try and keep you. Sometimes you really wish you could go out the extra layer. So maybe that would be one thing that I sometimes find frustrating about the game. But it's just a simple game where it's simple with challenges where you're just layering your cards and trying to fulfill your objective goals. So let me know if you've played Nimalia and what you think of the game.